we'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And out of bounds there on the kick. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. That'll bring up second down. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL. And now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Stephon Anthony acclimated quite quickly to the NFL. As soon as he joined the team, he became their leading tackler.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here. Carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Cooks was the recipient of one of Breeze's touchdown passes against Denver. 98 yards he finished with. Only 3 catches, though.
He knows how to do damage with not many touches. I mean, Brandon Cooks is, from the time I met him at Oregon State, he's been a pro in waiting and the way he goes about his business. But he also got some nice help from his sidekick, Willie Snead, on the other side. He had 2 touchdown grabs as well.
On first down, Breeze. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Still back there. Forced out to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Bruce. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Time running out here on the play clock. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Finding time. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Brandon Coleman was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The headshots here are the offensive unit, and what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense bring some extra pressure here? And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And this one is right through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers, they get ready to roll again on offense, and they're reeling. They're on a 4-game losing streak, Charles. They were 4-1. Now 4-5. What do you make of the Steelers at this point?
Well, some of it comes down to health. Remember, Big Ben missed a game when he got hurt against Miami, and then they had an open week, and so he only missed the 1 game and came back. But his timing was off a little bit with his receivers in the next game that he played. But overall, take a look at the schedule, all right? New England was one of the losses. Dallas was one of the losses. Those are 2 of the better teams in the league.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Browns. 51 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So the D-line's going to spread out. In motion right is Bryant. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bryant, the man in motion right. On third down, Roethlisberger goes underneath for Bell. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And the back goes into motion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. First and goal here from the 2. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Another extra point opportunity here. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here's Lewis. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. I don't know about you, but for me, it's always nice to see a little bit of redemption for a player. And Mark Ingram had a little bit of a fumbling issue earlier this year, got benched in a game against Seattle, and he's bounced back big since then.
He had just 50 yards, but on 11 carries, so good yards per carry in Week 10. But Week 9, we talked about it last week, he was explosive, 158 and a touchdown.
Message received.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There are so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day, get the blocker away, and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to loft one. That's caught inside the 20. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go. Easy.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. John Kuhn taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints have retaken the lead. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And this is caught at the A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Time to step aside. Back to Heinz Field after this. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now Bell. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Against the Cowboys, Bell 57 on the ground, 77 through the air, and a touchdown in each department.
His versatility is so good and so strong. It's a lesson for running backs everywhere. Yeah, of course you want to carry the ball. That's your number one thing. But the ability to split out, catch passes, hurt a defense that way, allow... allows you to pile up numbers to help your team.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here. The offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 4, it's second and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now hang on here, timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. On third and goal, Roethlisberger. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And here's Lewis. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Tough game for Thomas in that loss to Denver. 2 fumbles lost, 4 catches, 40 yards.
You always have to keep an eye on young guys when they have games like this because they're so used to having success and really dominating people. Then they hit the NFL, and it's not quite as easy.
They've got his man complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Breeze now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw is Breeze. He goes underneath to Ingram. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. 18 yards there and a first down.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And they're going to speed things up here.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Josh Hill with an acrobatic catch. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And someone a little too eager to block this extra point. Henceforth, the flag. So here's another try for 2, and this one comes from inside the 1-yard line.
0-2, 0-2.